Getting a little spooky. Hey, big white house. Do you have secrets to tell me? There's a lot of houses around here. Have I visited you before? I don't remember seeing a storm shelter before. Or maybe just a basement. Cellar. Non-interactive. Oh, that's the phone I answered. So I haven't been here yet. What's that? Getting sounds in that direction. Oh, it's a bar. Another one.
You look well.
I don't. But thank you. You do. How are you settling in?
Nothing changes around here. I mean, it's great to be back. It still feels like home, I suppose. In a funny kind of way.
It's been a long time, Stephen. Last time you saw me, I could still walk properly.
You look pretty good to me.
Stop it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry about how things worked out.
Or didn't.
Or didn't, right.
Do you think you made a mistake leaving?
My mum tells me it's never too late to change things. To put things right.
Funny. It's just what she said to me the other day. I have been wondering what she meant by that.
That's embarrassing. Sorry.
Maybe I should go.
Why?
Stephen, we're both married. I don't think this is a good idea.
What isn't? We're just two old friends having a drink, that's all.
This may be the bar that doomed the world. So did they stop at a drink? Or did they keep going? Am I gonna get a nasty reveal if I keep probing? If I press further? And see what else they did? Oh yeah, I think things are gonna escalate from this point on. We're getting more and more vital story about what actually happened, and a whole lot less background details about random people at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if the Stephen chapter and so on is where the chapters start getting shorter too. Another soccer field, this one a little less refined, but no details. More cars that didn't work. Everyone left their doors open. Even if the car doesn't work, that seems like a weird act to have. I don't think I checked this house. The door is closed. I think I'll pass on it. I don't think I heard anything. It's like weirdly walled off looking, and I don't think I heard anything as I walked around it. So there's probably not much detail there. So we came out of the forest over here, didn't we? Yeah, from behind the building. So we'll press forward. See what else this area has in store for me. Someone dropped a whole box of influenza vaccines. Is it because they disappeared, or because they dropped it and ran? Is it because of the bombing? Did they run from the bombing? Did they die in the bombing? Hey guys. Do you want me to understand you? Are you trying to communicate something? Let's make our way across. This is very safe, everyone. Incredibly unsafe.
Darling Stephen, I don't know if you'll ever listen to this. Maybe you've decided to stay with Kate, and I can't blame you for that. But I can't wait for you either. I've got to think about the baby. And, well, I should have left a long time ago. I've run out of excuses for not leaving now. But I do love you, Stephen. And I hope you find peace one way or another. Oh, there's planes coming.
So the plane struck just as she was trying to leave. She was on her way out of here. Waiting at the train station. The trains that we know weren't functional. Am I hearing trains? I think I am. So they had a drink. There was a fight with Kate. And Lizzie was trying to leave town when it all went down. What direction should I take next? Should I actually try to follow the trains? That's blocked off, but is this side? That might actually be where we end up going next. Maybe it'll take me back to the observatory. Maybe that's where this all ends. Can I continue, or is it all blocked? Is there a rail across? Oh. They have it blocked. Seems kind of unsafe. Like you'd start a crash.
Repeating over and over to myself in the dark. Eating cold food from a can with my fingers. My name is Catherine Collins. I am Catherine Collins. As if I can force the world to acknowledge my existence. Time has ceased to exist in any real terms. I'm reduced to marking out the days on the walls. Like a cave woman.
So after everything that happened, she seems to have survived, but she's imprisoned? She's staying indoors? Does she think she's waiting it out? Maybe time's just a curiosity to her. Maybe she's become Dr. Manhattan. Where she just tries to keep track because she can, but it doesn't matter anymore. Maybe she's not a human. Or maybe none of this is right.
Station Master's house, Howard Lantham speaking. Howard, it's Clive. Clive Smith. I need you to listen to me and not ask questions or interrupt. Can you do that? Yeah, I can. But why are you calling? The Emergency Measures Committee is imposing a quarantine around the valley. We've got an influenza outbreak in the village. We're suspending rail services, and we're also going to be shutting down the roads for a bit. You're going to be dealing with some anxious people, Howard, so you need to explain it's all under control, and we'll be back to normal in a few days. All right? Open up the emergency store. There's posters and boards, along with a bunch of stuff that hasn't been used since the war. Grab anything you think might be useful. I need you to close up any unoccupied buildings, put posters up, that sort of thing. Make sure everything is all squared away and shipshape. You are a military man, I'm sure you understand that. Everyone doing their bit, following their orders. All right? All right? I think. Good man. I knew we could count on you. Ah, Jesus, Waze. What the hell was that?
Keep calm and rapture on. It's the British way. It has to be. It's every single time. It's always the same weird broken image of the observatory, right? It has to be the observatory. It's a lot of cans. I guess he was one of the first people to be warned. So he had all his apocalypse stuff set up. It's a whole style of sink I'm not used to seeing back there. With the weird ribbed side. We tend to have two sinks, basically. Like two openings. I guess they kind of have one in the middle here. Huh. It's probably for washing dishes. Main sink, dishwashing sink, and like a place to put them so they can dry, I assume. I've never actually seen a sink like that, but I think I understand it immediately. Here's his war uniform of the guy that was called first. Can we learn anything about his house? Oh. Lots of books in here. A ton of books around here. Did everything glow? Everything lit up out there, didn't it? Am I witnessing something about the missile strike? Is that blood? I think it is. There's blood everywhere. He probably died in here. Extensive nose bleeding. Can I see myself in the mirror? No. Things didn't end well for him. As if that's an observation worth noting. I do realize I kind of forgot about light switches for a while. My mistake. Train miniature. Wow. They had to make all of this. It's a good example of what I was talking about assets that people make that you could just not ever walk in on. I was about to leave. I almost didn't come in this room. But someone had to work on that. It's insane. The details around here. Never forget. Oh, he was bleeding out for a while. No warning saved him. No amount of canned goods could hold back the disease. So who's next? That door doesn't open. Can I go in the backyard? I felt like I had a spark coming out from back there, so I wanted to take a look. They may have just been messing with me. Gotta go deeper. We haven't had any clear transition from Steven yet. When I got to the train station, I thought that was actually going to be the end of Steven. We're still going strong. What do you... Oh, that's something. That's something. Valley Farm Wholesalers. We've seen their sign... We've seen their trucks, their vans everywhere. Nothing back here. Who's in the warehouse?
Appleton!
What are you doing here?
You thieving bastard. I knew it was you.
Listen, take everything you need. But then you have to leave. You don't understand. You can't be near me.
Painting these stupid little pictures. Stealing food. You always were a little prick.
Please, every second we're in proximity makes it worse. I'm a primary conduit.
You're a fucking disgrace. Come here.
Don't touch me, get off!
What's going on?
Come in here, lord
Jesus,
it over
Sam.
us. Thinking you're so much better
Sam,
than the
leave
rest
him.
of us.
No physical
you and your
contact.
stupid fucking missus.
stop
She's
it.
better than any of you.
Sam?
Is he?
Meg, please.
Don't come near me.
Meg!
Charlie!
Meg, wait!
Don't touch me!
Meg, please, you have to understand, it was an accident!
Let go, let's just go.
Charlie, you have to understand, it was an accident.
Just leave him. Leave him.
What have you done, Appleton, you bastard?
Come on, Charlie, let's just
Meg,
get
Charlie,
out of here.
please!
You've done it now, Appleton. It's one way to lose all communication, all cooperation with these people. So the phone lines clearly have streaks going along them. It's traveling amongst them, and it matches with the weird. It matches the appearance of the weird ball, which helps clarify that that's totally the same thing. Whatever this event is.
You're a daft old bird walking all the way out here for it. You know Charlie would have dropped it off.
What, and have that stinking great lorry of his poisoning my birds? He shouldn't be driving it on these lanes, it's a hazard.
I think he was hoping he could have a word with you about Frank.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, listen, Wendy, they might all be scared of you, but that's not going to work with me. You're 68 years old. Grow up. Talk to Frank.
How dare you speak to me like that? Give me my bird feeder right now.
Promise me you'll drop by and see your brother.
Megan Holloway,
Not a chance. Promise me. It's for your own good, and you know it.
You are a shamelessly manipulative and difficult woman. It's no wonder Charlie adores you so much.
No wonder I do what?
No wonder you never finish what you start. I thought I told you to check the incoming stock orders. Wendy, one bird feeder for you. I'll tell Frank you'll stop by.
Oh!
Charlie, stop mooning around and stick the kettle on. Make yourself useful.
Is that where Wendy got infected? I assume that's what we're doing, is we're backtracking to the point of contact. We just saw where Steven had contact with a bunch of people. Now maybe we're seeing where those people contacted Wendy and Frank. And how it spread exponentially throughout the population. So there was no one left. Where you going, Globe? Where you going? Oh, I hear you. I hear you, radio.
This is Catherine Collins, recording for posterity. It's all over. I don't know how long I've got. Whatever he did, whatever the planes were carrying, it's burning my lungs. Probably some kind of nerve agent. I suspect it's only exposure to the pattern that has kept me alive this long. I'm making my way to Tower 6. I'm going to fuse the signals from the optical array. I just hope I can make it.
Seems like Tower 6 is a clear goal at this point. So it sounds like the everyone was successfully wiped out by the what was that floating? Oh, that's a trailer. Everyone was successfully wiped out by the poison. Here it is. That's one of the bombs. That's what shot the gas out. That's what killed everyone. And not even her, in whatever state she's in, was able to survive. Oh, you bombed an ice cream shop. Come on, man.
Hello? Hello, is there anyone there? Can anyone hear me? Clive? Clive, it's Stephen Appleton. Are you there? Can you hear me? Over. Come on, Clive, where are you? Damn it! Kate, it's Stephen. Come in Tower 6. Kate, are you there? Kate! Anyone, hello?
Can anyone hear me? This is Dr. Stephen Appleton broadcasting from within the quarantine zone. Can anybody hear me? Over. Oh, God, no. No. Fucking hell, no!
Where do we place that in the timeline? Is that Steven's exposure? Is that when they cut the lines? Is that when the planes came down? That sounded like planes. That was probably where he was during the bombing. Does his exposure to the pattern, like Kate's, keep him alive for a while longer? Does he keep going for a while? Or did he drop dead on the spot, just like everyone else? Right here in the ice cream shop, as poison gas filled his lungs. Yeah, they want me to see that. Where are you taking me, pattern? I still can't tell. Am I Kate? Am I Kate on my way to Tower 6 before the poison gas kills me? Is that where this is going? It totally could be. Is there a tower visible on the horizon?
Did they close the tunnel?
There's no trains. I've put up a sign.
The tunnel, Howard. Is it closed?
I think so. I don't like it. It's not right at all.
Stop whining. It doesn't help anyone. Did you know you're bleeding?
Oh, this headache is just killing me. I haven't had a nosebleed like this since I was a kid.
But you've not been to the village?
No, I've been here the last couple of days, or at home. I've only spoken to Clive at the EMC on the phone. Well, tried to anyway, but with all the crossed lines...
But no direct contact with any other people?
No, no one. What are you talking about? What's going on?
It's the pattern. It's adapted again. It doesn't need direct contact to transfer. It's using the phones.
What do you mean, direct contact? Stephen!
Dude's in a hurry. There's a problem. That was probably him going down to the ice cream shop. Actually, probably not, since it sounded like that was the planes striking him. And when he got to the ice cream shop, that wasn't really at that stage yet. Or, I mean, the ice cream shop was way later. Is this the parking lot to the same train station? I'm not sure. This looks different almost. Oh, no. This is the same spot. I've looped around. It's all interconnected. Yeah, you really want me to go where you're going, huh? I think this thing actually reflects your completionism of all the optional story bits everywhere, since a lot of this stuff could or could not be found by you. I think that it's all listless and wandering around and not that strict at first. When you still have a lot to go. But once you've found a lot, I think it tries to direct you more because there's less to find at some point. I think that's what's going on here. Could be full of it. I often am. Alright, what's in here? Oh, this is where the lines are going through. Are we back at the substation again? The same one? Do I have more access to something now? Oh, that looks important. Is that the bunker? Or is this Tower 6? Oh, this could be the bunker at Tower 6. This could be where Stephen holed up at the end, thinking that he was going to survive. He said that he was at the substation. Are we going to find his last moments? Are we going to find him still here? I get the feeling we're never going to see a character model of a human. This is really creepy. I almost don't want to look.
When I was a kid, my dad found a fox. It had been hit by a car and couldn't walk anymore. My mum went spare, of course. Made him keep it in the shed. He was already slipping away from us then. He spent hours with that fox, telling it all about Italy and the villages they bombed there. I was jealous, I think. That the fox got more of my dad than I did. But it was dying, that was clear. So one day, I snuck out, took it a sandwich for food. I was only 8. When it bit me, I remember the anger, the shock, the hurt. Running in, screaming from the garden. My mum panicking about rabies. My dad beat it to death with a spade. Later I found him crying. I'd done it, Ken, son. That's what he said. I'd done it, Ken, it was hurting you. That's just a poor, dumb, dying animal. It doesn't know it's hurting us. Christ help us, it's left the valley. It's everywhere now. It's been 3 hours since the planes went over. I haven't been able to reach anyone on the shortwave. I'm beginning to think I may have made a terrible miscalculation.
Did he die down here? Is this where it ended for Stephen? That chair's not very promising.
What are you? You understand me, don't you? Well, there's no one left. Just me. You know what this is? What I'm gonna do? You want light? Fine. I'll give you light. After me, there's no one. You'll be all alone again. Forever. Like before. You've taken everyone I've ever loved from me. You've made me do things I never even thought I was capable of. But if you think I'm coming with you... Kate? Wait. Stop. Kate.
This is Catherine Collins. I don't know if anyone will ever hear this. It's all over. I'm the only one left.